Hello again, my friends. So now I'm going to go ahead and do another training video on how to set up for our live stream, okay? So the first thing that we do in order to set up a live stream is we got to go to YouTube Studio. And the way we do that is we do it in the Chrome browser, okay? So Chrome is this icon here, okay? This is Google Chrome. You'll go to Google Chrome, and then this window will open up. If for any reason that is not open, all you need to do is File, New Window. When you get a new window, you'll go to the bookmark bar and you'll click YouTube Studio, which is a bookmark that we've already saved. And then once you're on this page, you're on our YouTube channel. And then you'll go over to the right-hand side of the screen and you'll click Create and you'll click Go Live. Once you click Go Live, then you're going to go ahead and go here and click Edit. Now you're going to go ahead and change your title and you're going to change your description, okay? And I'll show you what else you change in here and how you do that. But just as a reminder, in the notes on the Mac, there is a page called Streaming Titles. And here are templates for streaming title and descriptions for Wednesday and Saturdays and even special programs, okay? More on that in another video. But going back here, you put in your title, you put in your description, and then you hit save. So let's say we're ready to stream, everything's already been set up. And now what do we do? Well, the first thing that we want to do, okay, is we're gonna hit that fade to back button, okay? What that does, I'll show you what it does when I turn it off. I'm gonna turn off that button. Now the screen went back to its normal camera. We wanna choose our camera, right? Because normally we're gonna go to a camera when we start our broadcast, and I'm gonna hit fade to black. And now we're ready so that when the program starts, it's coming from a black screen into a screen through a nice fade from black, okay? So now that we're ready to live stream, I've got the fade to black button blinking. I'll go ahead and hit on air. And now the on air button is on. And then as soon as I'm ready to actually go live, I've adjusted my camera, and so I know that my camera is in the right direction. I don't want to do that after we go live. I want to do it before. So let's say my camera is already framed. I'm going to go ahead and hit fade to black, and then I'm going to hit on, and now we have audio. If I don't turn on over here, then the volume will actually be off, okay? So just make sure that you hit on, okay? So now we are live. And now everyone is seeing what's on camera one, okay? Now, one more important thing to notice, or to pay attention to rather, when you're live streaming is audio levels. So I'll go ahead and play some audio. Now I'm playing some audio through the computer. There we are, okay. This here, the bar is down there. The bar also, in much larger fashion, is here on the screen. This is the audio level for the live stream, okay? This is what you have to pay attention to when you are in charge of the broadcast or the live stream. And you wanna make sure that your broadcast audio levels is in the yellow, okay? So ideally, we wanna be at around -15, okay? That is the ideal. We wanna be basically in between the yellow. If you're within -20 and -10, that's fine. -15 is kind of like the optimal or the perfect level, but you can be there. You can be a little bit louder. As long as we're within the yellow, it's fine. And between -15 and -10 is also good. If you barely hit the red, okay? So if you are tipping into the red, oops, if you're just tipping into the red, that's okay, but we definitely don't want to be consistently in the red, because as you see, audio is dynamic and it's fluctuating. It moves up and down depending on the volume, but we definitely don't want to allow that volume to go into the red and to stay in the red. So how would we control that? We would use the audio controls on the ATEM Mini. So this up arrow raises the volume and this down level lowers it, okay? So this is me hitting up. It's raising the volume, as you can tell, and now I'm hitting down, and now it's lowering the volume, okay? So that's one way that you can do it. Now, when you hit that up and down arrow on here, the up and the down, what you're gonna notice is that this is actually gonna change your decibels. It's gonna increase it by 3. You see the number right over here? The number right below mic 1 is showing +3. If I hit up again, and now it's showing +6. If I hit down, it's showing +3, down again, +0. So that's the gain that we are modifying, okay? That shows you that this is actually changing by 3 steps every time that we hit that up and down button. Now let's say that you didn't want to make a jump that big, right? You want to do something more subtle, and I usually like to do that, but you know, sometimes it's convenient to just use the buttons. What I will do most of the time is I'll actually use the ATEM software. So the ATEM control software is this one right here. And this is the software that you want to make sure is running before you start live streaming, make sure everything's working. And this, of course, gives you the same level of control as you have here. So anything that you can do here, you can actually also do in here. So if I click screen, guess what I just did? I just changed the screen. So if I go screen, there, now the screen is live. Or if I select camera 2, it's back to camera 2. So just to show you that anything that you can do on the physical switcher, you could also do on this software, and that's why you have all the buttons. Okay? Now I prefer to use the hardware switch, but for audio, I'll generally keep this on audio controls, and now I can do a little bit more fine-tuned controls. See? So if I wanted to raise the audio level, not by 3, but by 1, this is where I could do that. So I would select that and then type 1. And then I would click off. And now I actually made it +1 instead of +3. Again, I can just select 2 and click off or hit enter, and now it went up by 3. I can also do minus 1, and that'll take me below 0, -1, or 2. So this is how we can adjust audio levels 1 step at a time instead of by 3 steps at a time. Okay, it allows more gradual. Sometimes if it's a little bit too low, if it's a little bit too low or a little bit too high, I'll come in here and I'll change it very quickly. Let's say I wanted to go back I needed to raise it up by 4. I'll just go very quickly to 3, then I'll go to 2, and then very quickly I'll go to 1. And again, that just makes it sound a little bit more natural, and it doesn't sound so abrupt. You know, if I went from -4 to 0, it would be very noticeable online. But because I did it in stages, going -4, -3, -2, -1, and then 0, it sounds more natural. So when you're live streaming, make sure that you're paying attention to your audio levels, okay? Audio levels there, and make sure that you're adjusting correctly, either utilizing these buttons or that you're utilizing the software, right? The ATEM control software right here, okay? If you have any questions on that, again, let me know. And before closing out, actually, so that's our audio levels, but what do we do when we have come to the end of a church service? We'll go ahead and we will stop the recording by following the same steps that we did to start the stream, but this time in reverse so that we can end on a fade to black. So the way we do that is we'll wait for the speaker, the preacher, to have the final prayer. When the final prayer is finished, sometimes they'll do it before the last hymn, sometimes they'll do it after the last hymn. It doesn't matter when they do it, but when they have the final prayer, that's when we're going to stop our live stream. And the way we'll do that is they'll finish praying, you'll just wait for them to finish praying, and as soon as they finish praying, and as soon as there's a moment of silence, sometimes it's very short, so just take advantage. As soon as they say amen, then you'll do that off to mute the microphone, and then you'll hit fade to black, and what that'll do is that'll fade to black, and then after it's fade to black and muted, then you'll go ahead and hit off, and that'll turn the live stream off. So sometimes you might have to hit it again, and then it takes a few seconds, but you'll see that that button will turn off. So let's just wait for it. There, it turned off. Okay. Once it's off, that means you're off the air. You can undo the fade to black. So again, remember how to start, how to end, and remember to keep an eye on your audio levels. If you have any other questions about that, again, let me know either in WhatsApp group or by calling me to have a discussion. All right, take care.